Well, hello, and welcome back for our 1-year update on our pond bog filtration. As you can see, things are still going along really well. One of the things we did do was when we pulled out these cannas here last year and put them in the greenhouse to overwinter them, a lot of the gravel that was the pea gravel we used was attached to the roots, and some of it came out. We didn't put it back in. What we did this year is we went and got some pond pebbles down at Home Depot, 2 bags of them, 1 for each bog, and just topped it off with the pond pebbles. It's a larger pebble than the pea gravel, and it does had a nice texture to it, especially when the water's running through. The marsh marigolds have just gone crazy now that they're out of their pots. Last year that was one plant, and we took it out of the pot and split it in half and just replanted it. We did the same thing on the other side too with these, and you can see the plants have just gone absolutely nuts. The cannas spent the winter in the greenhouse, and because there's not much in here in the Pacific Northwest, we don't have a whole bunch of light during the winter. It took its toll, but it's still doing pretty good. It's making a comeback. As you can see, we've got blooms on it already, and this will just keep growing. One little thing we're trying to do this year is, you take notice down here, that's a chunk of watercress. I went down to the local grocery store. They saw them live with the roots, so I just brought it home and planted it in the gravel. We'll see how it does this year. Maybe I'll be making some more watercress salad. Who knows? One other thing that we are working with here is this sludge remover. I'm not sure how much is getting down into the distribution manifold and clogging up the system, so I figured it couldn't hurt. Throw some of this sludge remover in there and have the bacteria eat up what might be growing down there, and hopefully percolate it up through the rocks into the plant roots. We'll see. A subject for a future update. Now, a couple questions people have asked me. I'm going to try and answer here. Like I think I already said, these plants with the yellow flowers are, as far as I remember, marsh marigolds. And you can pick them up probably just about any pond store. And this one's been in here probably for 13 years, 12 years, and it just keeps going and going. The cannas, they do really well in here. It's even up here, even up in the Pacific Northwest here, where this growing season's a little bit shorter. We just rip them out at the end of the year and stick them in the greenhouse. And the greenhouse, this year I kept it heated to 55 degrees, which wasn't too hard for this. You can see this octagonal greenhouse we have right here. It wasn't too hard to keep it heated, and it didn't use up whole bunches of electricity. Okay, the Pickerel Weed. You just saw him. Yeah, that's our big guy. He's been in there for probably 17 or 18 years. He came with us here from the old house, and he's heading towards 20. Still doing well. The Pickerel Weed isn't in a pot. This thing's been in here for as long too, 14 years, 13 years, however long this thing's been here, and it's outgrown the pot. As you can see, this thing is free floating. It just moves around the pond. And the good thing about that is, when winter, when we get some freezing, gives the fish something to hide under. We did it one time here where one of the channels got plugged, and it pumped the water right out of the pond and right down to about a foot. And fortunately, the fish were able to stay under there and stay moist, and it saved all but one of them. Another thing we've added is this pond pump. It's attached to a pond filter. It's just one of the rectangular ones, and it does keep the pond a lot clearer. But we put it in here mainly to keep the surface water agitated when the waterfalls aren't going. It also, in the winter, keeps ice from forming on the top because the water's constantly moving. So it's had a pretty good effect in a couple of ways. Other than that, I don't think there are any other questions that you folks asked. If you do, feel free to just write them in the chat box or the discussion section, and I'll try to get back to you with an answer. Well, there it is, the 1 year update. Everything's still going good. Have a great one. We'll talk to you later.